Alright guys, it's time to talk about Cronos on the channel once again. Now we haven't talked about Cronos in some time, guys. Cronos is just basically on a huge downtrend, basically since December 5th, guys. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much when every altcoin started to go down, of course. Now, I want to just take a look here. We do see quite a pump. This is the daily time frame. Now, keep in mind, there was some news that came out yesterday. You can see this is about 9 hours ago. Donald Trump's media company, Trump Media, parent company of Truth Social, has announced a partnership with Crypto.com to launch a series of ETFs and ETPs. So this is basically the news that I believe is pumping, CRO up. And is this a good thing, guys? Maybe make a comment in the comments, in this video, guys. I'm not so sure. I am not a big fan of Donald Trump, but I'm not going to get into that, guys, because everything he has done so far has not really helped us. And yeah, so we are trying to cut through a couple of levels here right now at the moment. We have actually... actually, we haven't. We did try to seal a daily candle above 9.5 cents, basically. And you can see how many times on a daily time frame we did hit this level here. And we finally broke through it today. So now we are trying to cut through the 10.7 cent level. We are sitting about 11 cents right now. I do believe this will probably pick up some more steam a little bit later today. Just because this news came out, a little bit late last night. So, yeah, I do think you will see this maybe pump up to about the 12.5 cent mark at least. Let's take a look at the RSI, and let's see if it does have some strength left in it. Now, daily time frame, it is actually flirting with being overbought basically on both time frames. Not both time frames, but both the RSI and Stochk RSI. Just on the daily time frame here. Now I do want to take a look at the weekly time frame. Yeah, it is extremely oversold here on the Stochk. It is pointed heavily to the upside on the RSI, so that is actually a good thing. I want to take a look at the month. Let's see if it has any month printing. Okay, the month is pretty low on the RSI here still, so that is good to see. Now it is coming out of the overbought territory in the last few months here. So yeah, January it was basically overbought, but yeah, it is coming down. So not, it's in neutral territory, so it's not terrible, but it is pointed to the downside here. So kind of a mixed bag. Now the 4-hour time frame, let's just take a look real quick. Overbought right now, and yeah, probably it will start to run out of steam here. I just want to look at the hourly. Okay, overbought also on RSI and Stochk, so that also is not the best. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Okay, it is actually getting into oversold territory here on the Stochk, but it is, still kind of flirting around with this overbought region here, with the RSI. So, in, my opinion, guys, this will probably cool down here in the short term, but, I do believe this will continue, sometime maybe tomorrow or the next day or so. Maybe it'll pick up a little bit more steam today. Maybe we cool off until America kind of wakes up first, and then we continue up here to about 12.5 cents. Now, will this news propel it further? I don't know. Probably not. I think it is just kind of running out of steam. Here you have a pump, consolidations, pump, little bit of consolidation, pump, consolidation. So we may get that kind of last pump here and consolidate, but yeah, we've already pumped all the way from about 8.3 cents just on this news. So that's a big pump. Let's look at this, the crypto bubble. So yeah, it's about a 32, almost a 33% pump today. This is the biggest thing that's pumping. It's probably what's keeping the day green, really. This and Form and Bera and IP is pretty much the biggest greens today. Now, I do have CRO. I don't have these other three, of course. But yeah, now let's take a quick look at the tokenomics of CRO. Basically, there's 100 billion supply. Now, that is a lot in my opinion. And, it's one of the coins that I hold, one of the few that has so many. Now, there are a lot of CRO fans, we can say. A lot of people are big fans with the exchange. I like the exchange somewhat. It's not terrible. I would put it kind of in the middle. I have about maybe 10 or 12 exchanges that I have money on. But yeah, I only have CRO here. I have had other things here in the past. But yeah, it's not terrible, but not the greatest. Now, all-time high, guys, was up at almost 97 cents. I do remember this time. You're still getting about an 88.5% discount. This is 3 years ago in the last bull run, guys. And yeah, it was glorious. I mean, I should have sold it, but I held it. I thought it was going a little bit higher. But yeah, probably that dollar mark was a good point, really, to start taking profits. But anyways, guys, now Bitcoin is kind of just trending up. You do see it has its ups and downs. Right now, it is coming down a little bit. Apparently, Mt. Gox moved some coins, some Bitcoin last night. And I think this probably contributed to this downfall a little bit. But it looks like it may want to start, coming back up here. So let's see, guys. It still is above this trend line, so that's good news. But we still have a long way to go to break this trend line. We also have to break, about 3 daily resistances here before we get back in this box. Now, taking a look at the CME futures, we still have this gap here, guys. Just want to make you aware of that. Basically from the weekend, from Friday to Monday was created. And yeah, we may be coming back to fill this. That could be the reason why we are, seeing these red candles. But of course, fundamentally, it probably was the Mt. Gox thing. Now, Ethereum still looking okay. It did have kind of a drop recently. Now, again, it's if Bitcoin drops big, it's going to drop too. But it didn't drop as bad as Bitcoin, I would say. And it is getting a little bit bigger bounce than Bitcoin. So actually, in the short term here, guys, lately, since about the 11th of March, it has been looking a little bit better. It's just creeping up. But, it's still got a long way to go. It is still just barely above this reaccumulation zone here. And yeah, guys, I think, I would like to see this get above this, 23, let's say 20 mark, and start working on this trend line, this one that's been holding us down for quite some time. Let me put this on a daily time frame. Maybe that would be a little bit quicker. But yeah, it has held us down basically since middle December. And you can see all these touch points here basically. And the last time we really touched it was February 1st, and we got a huge rejection. And we haven't even come close to hitting it really since. Now, taking a look at the total market cap, guys, we are coming to a point where it has to make a decision basically. And yeah, that's within the next couple of days, by Thursday. And we have lost the 1.08 trillion here, this resistance. Although we are at 1.08 trillion, we are below this line. Now, like I always tell people, the lines aren't perfect. No influencer or YouTuber will have any lines that are perfect, but we are below this line right now. We have lost it. If I readjusted this line, maybe we would be above it. Who knows? But I'm not going to do that, guys. It's good enough. Now, taking a look at the dominance, I readjusted this last night where we hit here, we hit here. We also hit here and here. So maybe this is where the trend line should have been. So yeah, we are getting a rejection from that. But I don't want to speculate on this, guys, because every time I do, it just disappoints me. So anyways, let's move on here. Now, the dollar index is holding this line as support. This 104.26 is support for the dollar at the moment. So not good. We need a weak dollar. Bitcoin will be stronger if we have a weaker dollar. Now, the liquidation heat map, guys, last 24 hours, it's been pretty tame. Only 200 million. That's not bad. Mostly shorts. But, it's pretty much equal almost. Now, fear and greed, it is a 46. Yesterday it was a 45. So I'm glad we didn't go up another 15 or 20 points like we've been doing lately. We've been going up and down, 15, 20 points at a time. which is kind of a lot. I would just like to see a slow tick up, but yeah. Now, if we take a look at the altcoin season index, I just refreshed this before this video. It was a 27. Now, apparently, it's Bitcoin season, which doesn't really make sense because the dominance is coming down. So I'm not sure why we went down if the dominance is going down. Now, the sell at the top indicators here is still 0 from 30 have been hit, still 100% hold. So yeah, that is good to see. Now, the best indicator here is the Pi cycle top indicator. And as you see, guys, it is basically curving away from the green line. We're just prolonging the cycle, in my opinion. Now, today, we do have some HPI numbers. We do have Williams speaking twice today. And probably the most important thing, though, will be the consumer confidence numbers today. Now, taking a look at the, let's see, the interest rate. And basically, I think it was, it was 91 or 92% yesterday. So it has come down a little bit. So yeah, that is good to see. We do have about 11% believing we're going to get an interest rate cut basically in May, but we're still a long way away, guys. So we still have about 40 something days. I think it was here somewhere. Okay, we have 43 days, 11 hours until this meeting. So yeah, I don't want to speculate too much here. Now, like I said, crypto bubbles, green on the hour, green on the day, green on the week, but still, guys, the month is still pretty bad. And the year is actually down now, so that is interesting to see. Now, if you want to stake your Cronos, guys, you can go to Coinondo. And basically, the best place, I would say, is the Crypto.com exchange. That's actually where I have mine. Now, there are a couple of other places, but you can see in KuCoin you get barely nothing here. And Gate, this is lending. So best place is really Crypto.com exchange, but you do as you want, and I will do as I want. Anyways, guys, if you like this video about CRO, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.